Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. If you are calling to place an order, unfortunately the store is closed due to the fact that we are about to record a podcast. We'll be closed for another half an hour-ish. If you're calling to listen to the show, congratulations, you are just in time. So kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to Late Night Taco Delivery.
Late Night Taco Delivery!
Yay!
Yay!
I'm your host, Daniel Gill,
And I'm Jonathan Knoll.
and we're here to talk about nerd stuff.
As always,
As always, how are you, my friend?
I am mosquito bitten. Very, very mosquito bitten.
Yeah, I heard that you're up in Michigan right now.
Yes, I am. And I've been having a really great time going tubing and swimming, and I hear that there are plans to go kayaking in the morning. It's pretty cool.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Mm.
Did you get yourself some Deep Woods off and wear it like you would wear your own underwear?
Okay.
I was actually thinking about, we had a conversation earlier about, you said something about me going Mr. Miyagi on a mosquito. And I said, I hate that movie because I've been saddled with the name Daniel-san ever since. And you mentioned you don't go by Johnny because of the same reasons. Because of?
I just don't go by Johnny because, one, my family never really decided to go with it. Plus, there are, like, so many other Johnny characters that you can name.
Right.
See also Johnny Storm, which will show up later tonight.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
No, but I was thinking, I never call you, Johnny 5 is alive!
Oh, there's that.
But there is an old friend of mine that used to work at Walmart, her name was Stephanie, and every time I saw her, I'm like, no, Stephanie, not disassemble!
Oh, my God.
The thing is, she was 20 years old and didn't get the joke.
Fair enough.
Mm.
I still say, just for that, though, you should go straight to hell. Directly to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Is it any time to geek out anything lately?
I've been working on listening to a lot of Hollywood Babylon lately.
Awesome. Always a fun thing to listen to.
And I've been working on my John Lovitz impression.
Yeah, definitely. John Lovitz.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
Acting! Thank you!
I never really knew what all that happened, but when they finally broke down and told the story of why they broke with John Lovitz, I'm like, damn, guys, you had the grounds for a lawsuit, but you just like, it ain't worth the money.
I'll ask later.
Hmm?
I don't know anything about this, so I will ask later.
Okay.
Anyway.
Alright.
You geeking out about anything?
Well, I finished up a book I was talking about, Waking Walt.
Yeah, I remember.
It wasn't too bad. It ended pretty well. It was different. I'd give it about 3 stars out of 5. It did involve an alligator attack and a gun battle with Walt Disney, which was kind of bizarre. But beyond that, not so bad. And then I was excited to start rereading some old Sherlock Holmes pastiches that I had downloaded to my Kindle. So I read the Army of Moreau, and I read The Breath of God, both by the same author. And it's actually very well written. They're very bouncy, peppy kind of Sherlock Holmes novels. Our mutual friend Eric Prine has been all excited because he just purchased The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and he's devouring those.
Good. I'm glad he's enjoying it.
Though he keeps trying to convince me there's homosexual subtext between Watson and Holmes, and I keep telling him no.
There's really not.
There isn't. It was a different time. You can't view it with the same lens that we use today.
And so, yeah, also in the last 15 minutes, I have gotten a shit ton of geek news stories.
I have a lot. I don't even know how many because my Google Chrome has got so many tabs up right now. We'll be here for a while.
Alright, so shall we start the madness?
Sure, you want to go first, or shall I?
Alright, well, every week we do the geek news. So, this one I just found out about today.
Okay.
Because it was posted today.
Mhm.
Google is now owned by a company called Alphabet.
I read something about that, but I didn't quite understand what's going on.
Yeah, basically it's got a massive overhaul of its corporate structure, and it's just being renamed and rebranded as a larger company. So, there you go,
All right, so because they're not just we're involved in computers anymore.
I guess.
Well, I did actually read an article earlier this week on a company called Impossible Foods, which is trying to make meat that is indistinguishable from the real thing with just plants. And they've actually managed to make a burger with just plants, and it uses it has heme, which is one of the components of hemoglobin, which is why good ground beef leaks. And they've actually made it one, and it's not perfect yet. It actually tastes more like turkey than it does a hamburger. But apparently they've got the bite, and they've got the chewing, and they got we got that meaty that juicy meatiness down. So they're still working on it. And Google tried to buy them for $300 million, and the company turned them down. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, let's open up with the biggest news of the week.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One adaptation has been announced to be released on December 15th, 2015. And in a side note, he is actually trying to get Gene Wilder to come out of retirement to play an old James Holliday.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because basically a lot of people say the movie is basically Willy Wonka meets the Matrix.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Mm-hmm. But he's not been on screen since 2003 in an episode of Dharma and Greg. Now, the other possibility is that he might be doing a voice for Roald Dahl's The BFG, which is currently in post-production.
Yeah.
But basically, beyond that, that seems to be what the deal is.
Yeah, I kind of wanted that to be him as Holiday, though. That'd be cool.
It would be pretty cool. And maybe have like Will Wheaton as the young Holiday.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome. And I'm still hoping, I don't know how many of the rights that Spielberg and Warner Brothers are going to be able to clear. But I really, 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 really want to see Ultraman versus Mechagodzilla. I just think that would be one of the most epic throwdowns ever. I mean, I don't care if it takes up 10 minutes of the movie and is totally ridiculous and is not what was in the book at all. I just want to see it.
More news on releases and whatnot.
Mhm.
The first full Deadpool trailer came out.
Yep, I saw that. It was funny.
Did you see Red Band trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I saw too. Whew, boy.
He looked like, I can't remember what the lines was. It was like something, he looked like a piece of cheese that had sex with an older piece of cheese or something.
You look like an avocado that had sex with an older avocado.
Exactly, yeah.
My favorite one was, just don't make my, suit green or animated. That was my favorite.
There's some really good ones in this. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna actually, I had this one open and I noticed something off the side which makes me kind of interested.
Oh.
So I'll do the one off the side first. Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese re-team for Devil in the White City.
Interesting.
Now, have you read The Devil in the White City?
No, but I'm familiar with it.
Okay. To our listener, to our loyal 9 listeners, Devil in the White City is...
we lost 3 of them. Darn.
We normally have 12? Sorry.
Yeah, normally we have loyal 12.
Okay. No, but The Devil in the White City is the nonfiction story of the 1892 Chicago World's Fair, intertwined with the story of Dr. H.H. Holmes, who was a serial killer who operated in the same area. And it's a very good book. It's actually one of the most readable books I've ever read.
Yeah, I've heard really, really good things about it, and my mom has read it like 5 times or something.
Okay. But it's basically going to be, Paramount just closed a deal to acquire the Eric Larson book, and it looks like DiCaprio was starring as H.H. Holmes, I'm assuming.
Cool.
With his Wolf of Wall Street director, Martin Scorsese.
Neat. I'm
And
in.
There you go. And then here's the story that actually I was originally opened up before I saw that.
Oh?
Jerry Lewis's legendarily awful Holocaust clown movie will finally get unveiled in a decade.
I heard about this. Yeah, it's been brought into the National Film Registry.
No, it was actually donated to the Library of Congress as part of a larger collection. I don't think it's on the National Film Registry.
I thought it was.
Uh,
If not, I'm wrong. Then I
Okay. Well, the
admit
name of the movie is The Day the Clown Cried,
Mhm.
and stars Jerry Lewis as a clown working in a Holocaust to entertain children.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be one of the worst movies ever made. And very, very few people have ever seen the movie. Strangely enough, writer-actor Harry Shearer, this is Spinal Tap in The Simpsons, has seen it, and he has seen it and confirmed it was beyond imagination. This is a perfect object. The film is so drastically wrong. Its pathos and its comedy are so wildly misplaced that you could not, in your fantasy of what it might be, improve on what it is. Oh my God, that is all you can say.
Wow.
So they've been. So basically, Jerry Lewis is fully expected to die within the next 10 years, and doesn't want to be around for the fallout. So
Fair enough.
2025, we're gonna see the day the clown died.
And if we're still doing the show, then you'll hear all about it.
Oh my God, yes.
All right. Did you hear that officially, according to all the Muppet folk, Kermit and Miss Piggy have broken up?
Well, I heard that. Well, the funny thing is they were never really dating, according to him.
Exactly. I mean, really, just...
Yeah, he just sort of kept getting forced into it, but now he's dating apparently an intern or another producer for this new Muppet show which is coming out, which every time I read more and more about it, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm happy about this or not.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like it's lost the soul of the Muppets.
Yeah, basically the premise is it's a talk show run by Miss Piggy, and behind the stage stuff is Kermit the Frog works on it, and so does all the other Muppets. And I'm just like,
Exactly.
There was just something wonderful and anarchic. Was it the word I'm looking for? Anarchic, as in anarchy?
Yeah.
About the original Muppet Show. And I just, it's a parody of what's popular now. And I do understand back then that was, Muppet Show was popular with the variety shows that were, in the top 10 back in the 70s. So, I mean, being a parody of The Office and a parody of Parks and Recreation, I can understand. But I'm still just like, I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry. I rambled there for a second.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's your turn, by the way.
Oh, okay. Let's go do some Ghostbusters news, shall we?
Yes, shall we?
How excited are we about this new Ghostbusters rumor?
I thought it was pretty okay.
Yes, that's right. Ozzy Osbourne!
I heard that too.
Prince of Darkness himself was the headliner at a heavy metal concert scene director Paul Feig shot all last week at the City Wang Theater. Our spy on the scene overheard a couple of cast members talking about the Black Sabbath frontman outside the theater where Melissa McCarthy, Christine Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones are working. And basically, as far as we can tell, it looks like there's going to be an Ozzy Osbourne cameo.
Neat.
However, the other big news...
Yes.
Because he can't stop fucking with us.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, Bill Murray is officially in the film.
I heard about this, and, well, Aykroyd is already in for it too, so...
And I'm sure Ernie Hudson's going to show up. I mean, it's not like he's got anything else to do.
Yeah. It's just too bad we don't... You know what? I really do hope that they do a Harold Ramis type Slimer joke for this.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nice to have Rick Moranis show up just for a moment or two.
I mean, the idea behind Slimer was that he was supposed to be a nod to John Belushi, who had recently died.
Right, because he was supposed to be in the original, when they originally were going to make Ghostbusters, he was supposed to play the Peter Venkman character.
Exactly. But,
unfortunately, he had passed away, so Slimer was put in as a nod to him.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I hope they do Harold Ramis as Slimer.
You know what, I could go with that now. I was thinking about what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I thought maybe it would be offensive to his memory, but at the same time, I think he was funny.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it's my turn.
Yes.
Kind of a non sequitur here. Video games are learning how to put on their pants.
Blasphemy! No one puts on pants.
Well, according to the Georgia Institute of Technology, because usually when we see a simple animation like smoking or kissing or putting on pants
Mm-hmm.
in video games, it's really, really crappy.
Hmm.
So they are working on changing that. They're working with clothes and, well, all those things that I described there.
Pants of the devil.
Well,
If I get away with wearing a kilt at Walmart, I would.
I'd pay you for that.
Actually, I asked Tom, our store manager once if I can wear a kilt. He says, as long as it's business-like, you can wear a kilt. I'm going to take him up on this one of these days, just to see what happens.
Do it.
Speaking of science,
Mm-hmm.
space boobs.
Oh boy.
Alien woman with breasts watching Mars rover spotted by UFO lovers. Apparently, NASA pictures from Mars are a great treat for UFO fans. This time they spotted an alien woman with breasts and long hair who's attentively watching the Mars Curiosity rover from a distance.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They keep seeing all this stuff. Apparently, there was a space crab at one point that the Curiosity saw,
Yeah.
and then there was the floating sphere caught on Mars. Now, the article does say the artifacts, however, are most probably a vision phenomenon called pareidolia, where
Probably.
a person notices a significance and pattern in unexpected places. The man, the moon, or moon rabbit are common examples of such illusion.
That makes sense.
But still, damn.
Mm.
Holy shit.
Hmm.
Porn filmed at the Egyptian pyramid triggers shock and investigation. I'm a little scared of this.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, a set of sexually explicit scenes were illegally filmed inside the Giza Acropolis by a foreign tourist while visiting the site. Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
Yep. Apparently she was not actually fucking, but she was baring her breasts.
Oh, good. Yeah, make sure to do that when you go to Egypt.
Go for it, man. Why the hell not?
Okay.
Okay.
In an unrelated story,
I hope so.
It's the, exactly 53 years ago, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko introduced the world to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So-
Spider-Man.
Happy birthday, Spider-Man. For 53 years, you have been slinging your web into our hearts.
He was like in his teens when he was invented. He'd probably be about 70 now.
Yep.
He's
You're
well into-
officially a senior citizen.
Yep. All right. This one.
I want my tapioca.
Sit down, Mr. Parker. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Just shooting dust now.
I didn't know if I want to put this in the shit that should not be, but more along the lines of
Mm-hmm.
Anti-piracy group hits indie creators for using the word pixels.
What?
An anti-piracy firm working for Columbia Pictures has hit Vimeo with a wave of bogus copyright takedowns just because people use the word pixels in their video titles, as opposed to the Adam Sandler film Pixels.
Oh, speaking of which, did not do well.
It's already made $133 million. It's gonna make its money back.
It's gonna make its money back, but
We talked about the Adam Sandler formula.
yeah.
This is the formula. It hit perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, basically because these films have pixels in the title, the company is trying to get them all shut down. Now, to its credit, Vimeo has gone back and put a bunch of them back up online
Good boy.
after investigating, but still, god damn it, for this shitty Adam Sandler
Exactly.
abortion of a movie.
What the hell?
Ugh. Sorry. Alright, your turn.
Mark Hamill is going to be the trickster in Lego Justice League: Attack of the Legion of Doom.
Neat.
We are getting a Lego Justice League game. I mean, really, this is cool.
And you're getting Mark Hamill again as the trickster.
Exactly.
He loves playing that character, apparently.
I believe that. I'm pretty sure he's the only person who's ever performed the character. So, Yeah.
He has
It's
such a
the Trickster, the Joker, and Luke Skywalker, man.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, speaking of Mark Hamill, or Star Wars, actually, J.J. Abrams made a very interesting announcement this week. Poor dude broke his back trying to rescue Harrison Ford.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Well, no, apparently, when the door of the Millennium Falcon fell on Ford last year, he was literally lying there making jokes, Abrams said. The door had gone down, and I'm trying to help lift it up, because it's the kind of guy I am. I'm trying to lift this door, and I feel this pop in my back. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Cut to a couple days later, and Abrams found himself in a doctor's office. He says, oh, you have a broken back. I broke my L4 trying to lift the door.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Ford lived up to Han Solo's badass rep and recovered quickly, but Abrams, who's definitely not an action hero, was stuck in a back brace for months. Luckily, neither injury affected the film's December 18th release.
Oh boy!
So, damn, Abrams, you rock, but leave the heavy lifting to the union guys. That's what they're there for.
You know, good on him though. I mean, really.
Oh yeah, he's
Like to have the foresight to just run up and do that, even if it's not your job. That's really cool. That's kind of a Hollywood helper.
That's a Hollywood helper, definitely.
To steal another thing from a far superior podcast.
Oh yes, one of these days we should actually contact them and say, yeah, can you mention our podcast just because why not?
That'd be pretty rad. We mention yours all the time.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, so last year, I think it was last year, we lost the voice actress for Miss Krabappel.
Yeah.
On The Simpsons. Looks like we have a new teacher in an upcoming episode.
Oh, they're not going to recast the character. They're just going to introduce a new character.
Yep, and it is going to be Sofia Vergara.
I know that name. How do I know that name?
I'm trying to figure out why I know that name.
To the interwebs. Sofia Vergara. Okay. She is well known. Oh, she's on Modern Family. She was married to Ed O'Neill's character.
Gotcha.
She is a Colombian-American actress, comedian, producer, television host, model, and businesswoman. And holy shit, is she hot.
Yes. Yes, she is.
She is quite the...
The looker?
Yes.
I'll agree with that.
But she's been in a number of different things, and she's even been on... she was actually on Plaza Sesamo, which is the Sesame Street version in Mexico, which is cool.
Neat.
But she's been in a number of movies. She was in Lords of Dogtown, Four Brothers, Machete Kills, Three Stooges. Oh God, much better known for her Modern Family appearances, though.
It's your turn.
Okay, let's see here. Well, unfortunately or not unfortunately, with the bankruptcy of Relativity Media, a number of movies have been put on hold or have been canceled entirely.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, one of them is a remake, and I don't have a problem with that. They were going to be trying to remake the movie The Crow.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
And it's been a movie that's been stuck in development hell for years.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really think that they need to redo The Crow. That is such it's a touchstone film of the 90s. Of that 90s goth phase we all went through. I mean, even I went through it, for God's sakes.
It was cool.
You're never going to see the pictures of that, by the way.
Alright, if you insist, sir.
Yeah, I looked odd.
Yes, Mr. Gill.
Yeah. Hey, back in my day! You kids these days, you don't know how easy you got it. No, but I really, it was actually I remember the movie was kind of interesting because one of the first times they used facial replacement in a film. Because unfortunately with the death of Brandon Lee,
yes,
there were some scenes that were not finished, so they actually used his body double and used a computer to map Lee's face onto his double.
Son of a gun, that is a really bad bite. Anyway, sorry.
You're still getting mosquito bitten, huh?
Yeah, it's an elusive little bastard.
But basically, the end of the article says, "For now, I'm just happy that Hollywood isn't going to redo yet another film, and I hope, against hope, it seems, they will start to find new material instead of rehashing the same thing over and over again." Which I think should be basically the byline of late night taco delivery.
Pretty much. I mean, that seems to be one of our biggest rage moments.
They just remake the dumbest shit.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things like that.
Oh no.
So you remember how there's this Supergirl thing, right?
Yeah.
We have it now on good authority that Supergirl will not, I repeat, not cross over with the Arrow and Flash series.
Aw.
I know, right? That's just disappointing.
Yeah, it is a bit disappointing. It'd be cool if like DC had like its own, television universe.
Yeah.
I don't even want it to cross over with like the movies, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has done with the Marvel movies.
Although
its own little
that one does it
self-contained
really well too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I want to see that. Because DC can't do a movie.
Yeah. But they're making good television series, apparently.
Yeah. I watched all the first season of Arrow. That was really good.
Yeah, my ex-roommate used to watch Arrow all the time. Basically, she watched it, she said it was six-packs porn.
Pretty much.
Because apparently the Stephen Amell has a hell of a six-pack.
This is true.
And apparently he's on WWE Raw tonight, issuing a challenge to Stardust.
Yeah, I remember you announced this a few weeks ago.
Yeah, apparently it's official for SummerSlam. So
Good boy.
they're going to have a throwdown, though how much a movie actor who's never been trained in wrestling is going to be able to do against Stardust. Every time I've ever seen a celebrity match on a pay-per-view or whatever, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It bites. These guys don't know what they're doing. And the wrestler is obviously doing his best not to hurt them.
Makes sense.
So, anyway. Let's see here. Speaking of remakes, god damn it.
Oh, Christ.
Wes Craven's classic horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street is getting a reboot, again, just 6 years after the last reboot.
Again?
Yeah, Nerdist reporting the new film will be written by David Leslie Johnson, the writer of The Orphan. And unfortunately, Jackie Earle Haley, who was Freddy Krueger in the last reboot, will not return for the new installment. Rumor has it the studio is looking for a younger actor to fill the role.
Sheesh.
Interesting decision for studios to remake the film again, considering the last reboot was considered a box office flop. In contrast, the original Elm Street series was a wildly successful film franchise that had 6 sequels and a crossover film, Freddy vs. Jason. You know what the problem was? They didn't have Robert Englund in it.
Yeah?
Robert Englund is Freddy. You can't fake that. He is the character, and when it's not like James Bond, you can't keep recasting him.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go. Like the song says, let it go.
Yeah. Speaking of remakes, and this one I'm kind of on the fence about.
Alright.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I think we talked about this many, many podcasts ago.
We might have, but it has a screenwriter now.
Oh, God.
The guy who did The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Huh. Alright.
And he was also involved with Lost and Fringe. Jeff Pinkner is the guy's name.
Huh.
And, yeah. To be fair, we've never actually gotten a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake anyway.
No, we haven't. The closest we've come is when he appeared in the movie Monster Squad.
Exactly. But that's about it.
Which is one hell of a movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a very fun movie.
It's a very much a cult classic from the 80s. And please, God, please, if you are up there, if you can stop hating figs for a while, please don't let them remake Monster Squad.
Speaking of remakes...
No! No!
I'm kidding.
I'm maxing out my microphone. Don't make me do this.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, I honestly don't think they could make a movie like Monster Squad today.
Yeah, I think you might be right, especially with the very famous line, "Kick him in the nards!"
Wolf has got nards.
Exactly.
Or having a 5-year-old girl going, "Don't be a chicken shit."
Yeah, there's that. Can't
Or
have
the
that
fact
anymore.
that you had young teenagers running around with guns and bows and arrows and blowing the shit out of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how that movie ever even got made is amazing.
It's beyond me, man.
We're gonna have to do that as one of our commentaries, I think.
Mm.
Anyway, all right, let's see here. Speaking of remakes,
Oh, Christ.
box office, Fantastic Four has a not-so-fantastic Friday with just $11.3 million.
Oh, yeah, this movie is not doing well.
Apparently, Fantastic Four is tanking.
Very, very badly.
The estimates were going to be up $50 million, and it only brought in about $30 million.
It's so bad that the director, Josh Trank, has blamed the studio for it.
Yes, he walked away. And the funny thing is that in a related article, Fox is still committed to more Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was actually going to be one of my shits that should not be.
Yeah.
Because, really?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah. While we're disappointed, we remain committed to these characters, and we have a lot to look forward to in our Marvel Universe. No, you don't. Give it up. Give it back to Disney. Give the fuck back to Disney. Let it go, okay? You have failed 3 times now. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
Uh-huh.
Just
and
let
trust
it
me,
go.
Doing a sequel is not going to save you.
No.
In fact,
No,
it's
not.
going to hurt you. Stop it.
Just
Stop
make
it.
Go away.
Stop it, Fox. Just give it up. Go play with your ex.
You're having a lot of success with X-Men and Daredevil, and not Daredevil, Deadpool. Just walk away. Just,
Mm-hmm.
bow your head, hand it over to the mouse, and walk away.
Thank you.
Okay.
Whew. See. Shit I would like to own.
Okay.
Back to the Future Monopoly.
Ooh.
Yes. We have, well, because it turned 30 last month, and there are plans for Blu-ray release, we now have a Monopoly game. Pieces are pretty awesome. We have, Doc Faithful Dog, Einstein, Marty's hat from from 3, the clock, the, self-lacing shoes,
Mm-hmm.
the hoverboard, and, of course, the DeLorean.
Nice.
So, it's looking pretty cool.
Okay. On a related note, I actually saw that someone, I only caught a glimpse of it. Apparently, they're doing a 1/6 scale action figure of Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly.
Really?
Yes, and it's purdy. He's a very purdy. He is Captain Tight Pants, okay?
He is Captain Tight Pants.
Okay.
No doubt about that.
Let's see here. Look! Another sequel!
Oh.
Yay!
Oh no.
Blade Runner 2 news. Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling, all set for filming in summer 2016. Blade Runner 2 is in the works and will be set decades after the events in the first film. It's the sequel's list of cast and crew is gradually being filled in, with the latest addition being Oscar-nominated cinematographer Roger Deakins.
Hey boy.
I'm wondering if they're gonna dig up poor Sean Young for this film.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. Currently, details about the plot are very scarce. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as well it should be. 'Cause
Yeah.
I still agree. I don't understand making a sequel to this film. It was such a perfect movie by itself.
Well, it already has a sequel, technically speaking.
The novel. I know,
Yeah.
but it's still. I never read that either because I felt the movie was perfect.
Same.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, cool news.
Yay! Cool news.
Wally West is coming to the CW series of The Flash.
Okay, what's the name of the character that's playing the Flash currently?
The current
Is
Flash.
that Barry Allen?
Yeah, they currently have Barry Allen.
Oh, okay.
And he's being played by Grant Gustin.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. Having Wally West involved is nice.
Yep, and because in the Flash series, because Iris West and Joe West are both black, so's Wally. I'm kind of missing the ginge, but it's important.
Okay. Yeah.
The actor is Keon Lonsdale, and he was in Divergent.
Okay.
So, that's cool.
I don't know why I'm reminded of this, but apparently Disney Descendants
Oh, Christ.
did well. Did extremely well. They're already talking sequels.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know anymore. I honestly don't know. Okay, I got a few more here. This one just made me laugh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Sad Anchorman says the Kardashians are ruining his day, walks out during Kylie Jenner news story. During a story centered on Kylie Jenner's recent adoption of a bunny named Bruce, a bewildered anchorman by the name of John Brown says it's a non-story. We're talking about this family every freaking day on the show. No one cares about this family anymore. It's enough. It's Friday. I want to have a good Friday. I don't want to talk about the Kardashians. And he walked off set.
Good for him!
Oh, that man deserves a beer and a standing ovation.
Get that man a blowjob.
Yes. Like, we aren't quoting Hollywood Babylon enough on this show.
Actually, that one's not Hollywood Babylonism.
Oh, is it?
No. You're probably thinking give that penis a sandwich.
Okay. I've heard to get that man a blowjob before, though.
Nah.
Mm.
Nah. This one I think we should claim for our show.
Okay, give that man a blowjob.
Get that man a blowjob.
Give that man a steak and a blowjob.
Yes. Speaking of things that are kind of non-stories, but kind of a follow-up, really.
Okay.
So it's not really a non-story. You remember how I announced that there was a Dragon Ball Z Resurrection thing?
Yeah.
It has begun its limited theatrical run and is doing quite well.
Cool. You know, I never got into Dragon Ball Z, unfortunately. That was from the 90s, so it was past my prime anime watching scene. If I had been a kid when Dragon Ball Z came out, I'm sure I would have watched the hell out of it.
I never watched it myself, so.
I know people that freaking love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Game Haven's Dan Nabinger about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay,
I have one other story and a shit that should not be.
I got, let's see, a couple more stories and a shit that should not be.
Okay, go for it.
Jason Momoa has a message for his new Aquaman director.
Uh-oh.
Basically, don't fuck it up. James Wan, the director of such films as Furious 7 and Mortal Kombat, Furious 7 and a few of the Saw movies, has been tapped to direct the Aquaman film. And Jason Momoa is basically telling him, don't screw it up.
Yeah, well, they're kind of taking a gamble on Aquaman to begin with, so yeah, don't fuck it up.
Yep. Wait, there's going to be a Flash movie too? Huh.
DC, come over here.
Yes?
DC,
What?
I realize you want to make a universe, just like Marvel's.
Of course we do. We want to make money.
Yes, and I know, they make a lot of money.
Oh, they make so much money. We touch ourselves thinking about that money.
I believe that. That's actually too much information, but I believe that. But the thing is, by doing what you're doing, you're confusing fans. Especially fans that you don't have yet. Because your fans are probably gonna think, hey, aren't they doing that series over there? Who's this new guy? Now, DC...
Disney World! Disney World!
DC,
What?
you don't have a Disney World.
I know.
You're owned by Warner Brothers.
I know. We want to own Disney World, though. We want to own everything.
I know you do, but you don't have that power. Alright, speaking of DC...
That was weird.
Yeah, but necessary.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah, speaking of DC, kind of tangentially, actually.
Okay.
Heath Ledger's Joker Diaries just came out.
Yep.
I haven't gotten the chance to watch them yet, but yeah.
That was actually one of my last pieces of news, and I did see a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting. Basically, he wrote a lot of different things and clipped a lot of Batman comics
Mm-hmm.
and pasted them in there along with a lot of other quotations. And such a talented man. Such a talented young man. It's so sad that he went.
Yeah.
But then again, he doesn't have to be forced to wear a grill like Jared Leto is.
Well, I don't think he would have been the one wearing the grill anyway.
No. Though, I actually talked to someone about this, and they made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Considering how many times Batman has punched the shit out of the Joker.
I think I was the one that talked to you about this one, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, just the metal grill probably might be the best idea the Joker has by this point. Oh, and there was also a picture released of the Joker, or Jared Leto released a picture of him in silhouette wearing the Joker hat.
Nice.
I
saw
that
something
really
about
broad brim fedora that's appeared in everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here.
All I've got is my shit that should not be.
Okay, I got one last piece, and then my shit that should not be. This is what I actually messed this up a little earlier. Furious 7 director James Wan joins the Mortal Kombat reboot.
Oh, good.
So not only is he doing Aquaman, he's also going to be rebooting the Mortal Kombat movies. Why?
I don't know.
I saw the original movie in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't good,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't bad.
Yep.
I never saw the other ones, though, thank goodness. Apparently there's a TV series based on it, too.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's so hilariously cheesy to think back in, like, 94 how controversial the Mortal Kombat games were.
Sheesh.
And you guys are like, oh, so violent, so bloody. And I'm like, 2015. Bitch, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
When the latest Mortal Kombat has a graphic X-ray version of a man's testicles being popped.
Yeah.
The originals ain't got nothing on modern
Exactly.
day. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got here.
So, what do you got left?
I got a shit that should not be.
Go for it.
You ready?
I guess.
Disney developing live-action Chip and Dale movie.
Live action?
Yes, they're doing it.
Chip and Dale?
Yep, it's practically essentially Disney's version of Sony's Smurfs, Fox's Alvin and the Chipmunks, and the Garfield films, which inject cartoon characters into live-action settings. Basically, it will serve as an origin story for the Rescue Rangers. A team of detectives and crime fighters also include the Mouse, Gadget Hackwrench, and Monterey Jack and Fly Zipper. The film was in early development with commercials director Rob Rugen, who is also attached to direct Genies, and Muppets' Most Wanted producer Mandeville Films and television's top David Hoberman will produce.
Disney.
I ain't doing it again, man. I just ain't doing it again.
Alright, well, that leaves my shit that should not be.
Yep.
It has been 1 year since Robin Williams died.
Sadly enough, yes.
Sony is remaking Jumanji.
What?
Uh-huh.
We have to start finding geek news that doesn't piss us off.
Well, good luck.
Apparently.
I mean, we kind of have a running segment here.
I know. But holy fucking shit.
Yeah. Jumanji. Based on a lovely children's book.
Mm-hmm.
Will
Sven
be
Alsberg,
Mm-hmm.
who's made fantastic children's books, a lot of them.
is set to be released for 2016 for Christmas.
That's pretty fast turnaround.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned just damn.
You certainly may.
Why?
I mean, this was a side effect from Sony's release of their slate for the next few years,
Mm-hmm.
which include Money Monster, The Shallows, Ghostbusters, Patient Zero, The Magnificent Seven, Underworld 5, Passengers, Jumanji, The Dark Tower, Resident Evil 6, Bad Boys 3, Baby Driver, Barbie. Oh dear. There you are, you motherfucker.
Hunt that mosquito. Become one with the skeeter. Destroy the skeeter.
Uncharted, The Lamb, and Bad Boys 4.
Wait, they're making 2 Bad Boys movies?
Yeah, one in,
Does Martin Lawrence need that much drug money? Seriously?
Probably.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, one of these comes out in 2017, the other comes out 2019. Mm-hmm.
Apparently they're going to be covering the Bad Boys in retirement.
Pretty much.
Fucking hell.
Mm.
Anyway.
Okay, so
That's
I think
everything I got.
that's everything I got.
Okay.
Well, in solidarity with the fact that we are getting a Batman the Killing Joke animated
Yes.
movie,
Has there been any mention of Kevin Conroy coming back for that?
not that I've heard.
Oh, he has
I
to.
really
He
want
just
it, though.
fucking has to. This has to be the swan song. This has to be the final nail. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill doing Batman and the Joker.
That would be so cool.
Because they've been doing the same. They've been doing this character for 25 years, I think. 23, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they must come back.
Please, 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 please,
Please,
please.
Mr. Conroy. Please, if you're listening to our little podcast, we beg of you.
Please. Alright. So, yeah. So in solidarity of that, plus the fact that Fantastic Four is currently getting its ass kicked, we turn to superheroes, but mostly the DC set.
Yes.
Although, I can now tell you stories of the fact that I have now seen Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
I loved that show when I was a kid.
Holy shit, man.
I was 7, okay? What do you want from me?
I'm not asking you for anything. I'm just saying, holy shit, man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Anyway, within the last few years, DC has been doing direct-to-video animated movies.
Yes.
Most of them are based on actual events in comics history.
Either in canon or out of canon.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are current stories, and some of them are some of the most iconic stories ever.
Right.
And so this night on Late Night Taco Delivery, let's just talk about that list.
Yes. Well, I've got the Wikipedia article up right now.
Same.
Superman Doomsday. Never saw it.
Neither did I, but that's the one that started it all off.
I do remember reading the comic.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting watching the battle between Doomsday, who is essentially a force of nature by this point.
Yeah.
He was just introduced for one reason only, to kill Superman.
Exactly.
And it was fought over in multiple issues, including an episode where issue where he just utterly annihilated the Justice League.
Yeah.
And he used them to basically floss his butt crack.
Jesus.
And then as the fight continued with Doomsday and Superman, they actually reduced the panels on the comic book pages until basically it was just 2-page spreads of Superman and Doomsday just beating the ever-loving shit out of each other.
Yeah. It's one of the most intense moments in comics history.
Yes. Finally, Superman does kill Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
He punches him to death, but at the same time, Doomsday kills Superman.
Yeah.
Well, mostly. The funny thing is, I remember when it came out, it was all over the news of, oh my god, Superman's dead. And I was a a comic book geek my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's coming back.
Yeah.
You guys know he's coming back, right? Oh, yo. It's like when, they had Bane break Batman's back. Oh, we have a new Batman. He's coming back, You know he's coming back.
Exactly.
I mean, nothing ever is permanent in comics.
The only thing that so far has been permanent is the death of Uncle Ben.
Yes. Even, the death of Bucky has come back. I'm like, seriously? But then again, Winter
Batman's
Soldier was pretty
parents have come back.
cool. What?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hold your horses there. But yeah, that is literally the only thing that remains constant, is the death of Uncle Ben.
Yes. Now, I have seen the Justice League The New Frontier, which is
So
based
have I.
on Darwin Cook's 2003-2004 Comic Books Limited series,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic.
It's really something.
The comic book is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And the cartoon, the movie, does a very good job of adapting that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can't get all the...
Before we
go
move on to this one,
Sure.
Kevin Smith was actually, had a voice cameo in Superman Doomsday.
Didn't you mention something about a giant fucking spider?
He might have. He is listed here as a grumpy man.
Yeah, I just remember something about... They have a giant fucking spider, and Kevin Smith like, yeah, it's a giant spider. Who'd have thunk that? Which is a reference to his very strange arguments he had with Joel Silver over the Superman Lives script.
Yes. Other interesting folks who did voices on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Baldwin is Superman.
Yeah. And H
So,
is
Jane.
Lane. Yeah.
And H's butthole.
And H's butthole.
Butthole. And H's butthole. Let's all go inside.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't sue us, please.
No. Then it did have James Marsters as Lex Luthor.
Oh.
And James Marsters is the best known for playing Spike on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series.
Yep. John DiMaggio and Cree Summer were also in this one, as was Tom Kenny, who does the voice of SpongeBob.
He does? Okay.
Yep.
I know that.
Anyway, New Frontier, we have the voice talents of David Boreanaz, who plays Angel in the series of
Let's basically discuss a little about New Frontier.
Yes.
Before we go through the voices, essentially what New Frontier is, it's set in the post-World War II world of DC, of the DC universe. It is the new, it's the classic, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but with a new generation, basically marking the days of Silver Age of comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Adam Warlock, and it's just really good.
Yeah. The art style is fresh. It literally looks like the Silver Age.
Mm-hmm. It's fresh, but it has very mature storyline. At one point, Wonder Woman basically tells off Superman because she saves a group of young women, Asian women,
Mm-hmm.
who are basically being tortured by their government.
Yeah.
And Superman says, "Well, we can't do this. We're allied with this government." And Wonder Woman just goes off on his ass.
Mm-hmm. It's well done.
Well done, and also has a great line from Batman versus the Martian Manhunter.
Mm-hmm.
Said, "I spent millions of dollars to take down the superhero from Metropolis. All I need from you is a penny book of matches."
Yes. That is really one of the most metal lines in that entire movie.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Sisto just nailed it as Batman.
Mm-hmm. David Boreanaz is Hal Jordan.
Yeah, he did a very good job. David Boreanaz obviously being Angel and Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Agent Booth from Bones.
Mm-hmm.
And Neil Patrick Harris did a really good job as the Flash.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And of course, I'm sorry, you can never forget Lucy Lawless as the Wonder Woman. She should have been Wonder Woman at some point in her life.
Exactly.
She should have played Wonder Woman in a TV movie, cameo in like The Dark Knight, something.
Can she be Hippolyta in this new Wonder Woman movie? Please.
Oh.
Please. Please, please, please.
Oh, if I knew Bruce Campbell, I would call him right now.
This one I didn't actually know, but knowing who he is now, this is funny. Kyle MacLachlan as Superman.
Yeah, he was, okay, why is that funny?
He was, what's his name?
He was Paul Muad'Dib in Dune.
He was, Agent Cooper, in Twin Peaks.
Yes, because he's worked a lot with, David Lynch.
David Lynch. It's a damn fine cup of coffee.
And hot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But no, New Frontier, fantastic movie. Really, if anyone gets a chance to watch it, you really should. And also read the comic book.
And we have Keith David as the center, who did the voice of Goliath on Gargoyles.
The center is the main bad guy in the series.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically they decide to destroy Earth because Earth is just too dangerous with its growing superpowers. And New Frontier is just one of those event comics. You know, it was just so different and so new. And Darwin Cook has such a wonderful art style. It's very similar to Bruce Timm.
Mm-hmm.
Really, guys, give it a shot, give it a read, and watch the cartoon. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Batman Gotham Knight was next. I haven't seen it.
I actually did.
Mm-hmm.
It was similar in design to Animatrix.
Yeah, it's very much an anthology movie.
It's an anthology movie. Basically, they used Japanese anime studios
Mm-hmm.
to tell different stories about Batman. It was set up about the time that the Dark Knight movie came out.
Yep.
You had Madhouse doing In Darkness Dwells, which is Batman fighting Killer Croc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. In Darkness Dwells. Yep, it is Killer Croc. Studio 4C doing Working Through Pain. Now, the thing is a lot of the same voices that worked on the Batman animated series, like Kevin Conroy was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want to go, before we go any farther behind Batman and Gotham Knight, I want to drop back a bit.
Okay.
And talk a bit about the Batman Beyond movies and the Batman animated series movies.
Good point. Because without these, without those ones, we wouldn't have these new DC animated movies.
Right. Now, the first one was Batman the Mask of the Phantasm, which was released around, I want to say, December 1993?
Yeah. Either that or 94. I think it was 94.
I do remember I saw it in the theaters. I saw it on my birthday in the theaters at the Cinemark Theaters in Bowling Green, Ohio, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I must see this movie in the theaters. Because originally it was supposed to be just a straight-to-video or done on television.
Yeah.
And halfway through production, a producer walked in, looked at it, and said, "Oh my God, this movie's just too damn good. We have to put this on the silver screen."
Yeah.
So Bruce Timm and Paul Dini and Eric Radomski and everyone else who was involved in the film scrambled to redo the film because they had to do it at a higher standard now.
Mm-hmm.
For those who haven't seen Mask of the Phantasm, it's basically about a killer coming back and hunting down people who were involved in the death of...
I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. But basically it was a certain... someone died, and it turned out that one of the victims was going to be the Joker. Before he turned into the Joker. And essentially, turns out that the Phantasm was the daughter...
Don't spoil it!
Oh, come on, it's 20 years old. Seriously?
I don't care, it's a good movie, and if these people haven't seen it, then god damn it, they need to see it.
Okay, essentially, and it also has it's the first time I ever saw a Batman animated series with blood.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fantastic throwdown between Batman and the Joker in a World's Fair, an abandoned World's Fair, mind you.
Yes. It looks so cool.
And you basically get to see Batman punch out one of the Joker's teeth, as usual.
Exactly. Which is why he has the grill now.
His dental bills must be obscene.
It's state funded by this point, I'm sure.
I don't know. Well, then there was Batman Sub-Zero, which we have talked about on the show in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Sub-Zero was basically Mr. Freeze had an issue with his wife, and she was still in cryogenic suspension. However, something got damaged, and she needed a new liver immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And because she was AB negative, he needed a specific kind of liver.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl, had it.
Yes.
So he kidnapped her and was going to commit surgery and essentially kill her
Mm-hmm.
to save his wife. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, so then it's a nail biter to see who will make the first decision, or who will win victorious for the day. You know,
Right.
whatever.
And I just remember watching that movie with my friend Andrew and BJ. This is back in the mid '90s when the first movie came out, and it came out about the same time as Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
That execrable film,
Oh, just call it excrement and be done with it.
the excrement film, yes. And after we finished it, I turned to Andrew, who loves movies. I'm like, so what'd you think? He's like, I hate it. And I kind of blinked at him going, how could you hate that movie? It was so good. Exactly. It was fantastic. It's everything Batman and Robin could have been. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, there was nothing in that film that could not have been done without animation.
Exactly.
It could have been a fantastic film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it basically ends up with Batgirl arguing with Mr. Freeze about the morality of, donating an organ while the person's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
About is murder ethical if it's to save another human being? And it's a fantastic movie. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
So
It was done a great disservice by being direct to video.
yeah, it really was. I mean, that was the movie. That was the movie that Batman and Robin should have been.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, DC, again.
DC, we need to have another talk.
It was years ago.
Doesn't matter. This still needs to be talked about.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Can I make it? I want to make another DC movie. Ooh, I want to make a Constantine movie. Can I make another Constantine movie? Yeah.
That was a bad idea last time, you remember?
But Keanu Reeves is so dreamy.
Keanu Reeves isn't blonde.
Doesn't matter. We had to change it for the audiences. No one likes British people.
They seem to like your Henry Cavill pretty well.
But he's playing an American.
Yeah.
Can we move past this? I really don't want to continue doing this stupid joke.
Okay, fine.
All right, now, I'm actually going to look this up real quick.
Well, actually, the point of that conversation was going to be, just give the keys to Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they so know what they're doing. Okay. Now, in 2000, however...
Yes.
Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Holy shit, was that good.
I love Batman Beyond. Just
Yes.
on principle. Return of the Joker is awesome.
It is amazing. And they actually had to cut the damn movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk a little about the cutting. Basically, the whole movie is about Batman Beyond, the new Batman, Terry McGinnis. And it looks like the Joker's back, which is kind of confusing. So and Batman basically, or Bruce Wayne, basically tells him to leave it alone, kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Leave it alone, kid. So he launches an investigation, which is quite surprising because Terry McGinnis was never the best of the detectives.
It's true, although there are some really good episodes where that is the case.
Yeah. But anyway, he launches. He starts talking with Barbara Gordon and not Dick Grayson. Yeah, was it Dick Grayson or it was?
No, it was Tim Drake.
Tim Drake. Yeah.
Finally got it.
Yeah. Dick Grayson never shows up in the Batman Beyond, as far as I know.
Yeah, Dick Grayson never showed up, although he does show up in the comics.
Yeah. So, essentially, the Joker's returning. I'm not going to spoil it, but Batman, the new Batman and Joker have an epic throwdown. But apparently, Bruce Timm and Paul Dini decided to push the envelope as far as they possibly fucking could.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the movie was supposed to come out around December 12th, 2000.
Right.
But right before that happened was the Columbine High School Massacre. Which when Harrison Keybold killed 12 students and one teacher.
Yes.
And they cut a lot of stuff. Now, to their credit, the original uncut version was released on April 23rd, 2002, following an online petition to have it released, so yay, Internet.
Yay, Internet! Do the same thing for Star Wars Holiday Special, please.
Okay. Originally, for example, okay, how much do you want me to spoil about this? Because I really can't go forward without spoiling something.
Yeah, this one I'll allow.
Okay. Joker and Harley Quinn kidnap Robin, Tim Drake,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking break his head.
Yes.
Turn him into Joker Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up shooting Joker through the heart with a bang flag.
Yeah.
Basically, here we go. Let's see here. I'm trying to take a look at the edited stuff. In the uncut version, one scene has Batman throwing a knife he uses to cut himself free from the red strings of the Joker. So literally, he tried to throw a knife into the Joker.
Yeah.
He was so done with his shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in the re-edited version, basically, the Joker got knocked into a re-edited and reanimated version. He got knocked into a bunch of electrical wires and electrocuted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the original one, the original one, actually, funny enough, only survived because of, well, it not only survived, but it actually did get a release to one person.
Really?
Yes. Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith got an original copy?
Yes. Paul
Wow.
Dini actually mailed it to him on a VHS tape that was
wow.
marked Our Family Memories.
Oh, that's classic.
Uh-huh.
For those not in the know, the Joker filmed Robin's torture and labeled it Our Family Memories.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, I do know that Harley was originally supposed to die
Mm-hmm.
when she fell down a giant hole. And it wasn't Bruce Timm. It was Adam Radomski.
Eric Radomski.
Eric Radomski, who said, I can't kill her, she's my baby.
Makes sense to me.
So, later on in the series, later on in the episode, or the movie, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
when the Dee Twins are released, it turns out that Harley Quinn is their grandma.
Yeah.
And it was snuck in at the last moment, so close to the end that they couldn't cut it.
Yep. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I actually think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Harley is a great character. She's a very competent, very intelligent woman who just has that one weakness.
Mm-hmm.
She's in love with a fucking psychopath.
Yep.
And when that psychopath is gone, I can imagine her just stepping back and saying, you know what? I'm just going to live the rest of my life, marry a nice guy, settle down.
Which is part of why Suicide Squad pisses me off, but...
Yeah.
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 That's for another show.
Yeah. There's
Anyway.
also a really cool scene in the film where a satellite is firing a laser down and chasing the Batmobile.
Mhm.
Actually, I think it was either the Batmobile or the Batbike. I can't remember which one it was.
It was the Batmobile.
Batmobile. And it turns out that the same animator had worked on Akira.
Oh!
In the scene where the laser fires down and attacks
Tetsuo?
Tetsuo,
Oh my god!
and he took a look at doing the storyboards and was like, I have a chance to make this better. I will make this better. So he actually worked his ass off to make that scene the best he could possibly do.
Ah!
And I do need to get both copies of the film, because there's actually two different commentaries.
Really?
Yes, there's two different commentaries. There's one commentary for the uncut, there's one commentary for the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And they both have just fascinating stories backstage. Like, Mark Hamill being cast as one of the characters as a red herring,
Mm-hmm.
and giving very similar facial structures to Joker.
Mm-hmm.
As, possibly he was the new Joker, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
But yes, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, fucking amazing. Plus, a really, really good pair of songs with Crash by Mephisto Odyssey featuring Static X,
Mm-hmm.
and the end title by Kenny Wayne Shepherd, played on a really, really grungy
Oh
guitar.
yeah. I just love the music of that movie. It's by Christopher Carter, who did the opening music for the series itself.
Mm.
I love the music for Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
back to the present.
Okay, we're back to, we just passed Gotham Knight.
Yep, Wonder Woman is next.
Never saw it.
I did see it, and
Oh.
I really enjoyed it.
Kerry Russell is Wonder Woman, the Felicity? Neat.
Yep.
And
It's basically the original origin story for Wonder Woman coming off of the island due to Steve Trevor coming on and all of that.
played by Nathan Fillion,
Captain
Captain
Tight Pants
Tight himself. Get out of my head!
Oh, Alfred Molina was Ares. So, yeah, and Oliver Platt was Hades.
I love Oliver Platt. He's always been fun.
Hades was done interestingly in this movie,
David
but
McCallum is Zeus.
and John DiMaggio is in there as well.
And Rosario Dawson is Artemis. Very cool.
It's a very good film. Yeah, I think that's all I can really say about it, because there's not much else to say.
Green Lantern First Flight.
This is the reason why I want Nathan Fillion to be. Sorry, never mind.
Because
Wrong one.
Christopher Meloni, who I do love, by the way. He
Sorry.
is awesome.
Yeah. About the
He's the
same
reason I
time.
had a worst haircut of my life.
Really?
Christopher Meloni and I have very, very similar hairstyles, or hairlines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of got a widow's peak in the front, and then kind of draws off on the sides, and then, you know, pretty much hair everywhere else.
Yeah.
And he had a buzz cut when he played the detective on Special Victims Unit, Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the
stylist
to cut my hair like that, and she knew exactly what I was talking about, and she cut it. The problem is I don't have the facial structure that Christopher Meloni has.
Ouch.
I was shorn. I looked like a very sad sheep.
I believe that. I've seen.
There are pictures of this on Facebook. I posted it going, oh dear fucking God.
Yep.
I'm so sorry with myself.
Yeah. Hoo boy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Let's see. Then there is Green Lantern First Flight.
Yeah, that was the Christopher Meloni.
Right. Victor Garber as Sinestro was awesome.
I don't know that name.
Victor Garber. Did you ever watch Alias?
No, I did not.
And I know you don't watch the current Flash TV show. He plays half of Firestorm, by the way.
Okay. Ooh, Michael Madsen is Kilowog.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. He's like Tom Sizemore without the drug problems.
I'm trying to think of what else you would have seen Victor Garber in. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
He was in Argo.
Oh, he was in Titanic.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh yeah, he was in Argo, yeah.
I'm figuring he's that guy. As I call any actor, like, oh my God, it's that guy.
He was Jesus in Godspell.
Wow, that's going back far.
That was his first one.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing that movie.
Yeah. Then Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, which I've only seen the ending of.
I've never seen it, but hey, yeah, CCH Pounder playing Amanda Waller, and she's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would love to have CCH Pounder play Amanda Waller until the day she dies.
Please.
She is amazing. Her or Pam Grier?
Yeah. CCH Pounder is the reason why I enjoy the character of Amanda Waller. But yeah, Tim Daly, Kevin Conroy, and Clancy Brown also came back because they're classic guys.
Oh, yeah.
Then Crisis on Two Earths.
I did see that. It was kind of interesting because it had James Wood as Owlman and William Baldwin as Batman. I would actually prefer to see Kevin Conroy versus James Woods because that would have been like the clash of the great voices.
I can dig that.
Yeah, basically it was it was based on Grant Morrison's GLA Earth 2, which was very good. It was the Crime Syndicate, which is an alternate version of the Justice League versus the Justice League. And it was good. It was very fun.
Yeah.
It had Gina Torres as Superwoman. Mark Harmon as Superman, which I think was kind of an interesting casting.
Oh no, I have seen this one.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but I've seen it, yeah.
And Chris Noth as the heroic Lex Luthor.
You know, I saw this one, and then I read Watchmen. So, Owlman means two different things to me.
I'd actually love to see... I mean, I know they've already done the Watchmen movie.
I
would love to see them do a mini-series animated of Watchmen.
Or just do like an HBO series of Watchmen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be that. I think that would be my favorite way of
I've
doing
been
that.
meaning to reread Watchmen again.
Mm.
Because it's one of those multi-layered graphic novels. It's like Art Spiegelman's Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a phenomenal piece of artwork. It's one of those I remember reading that back in the late 80s, early 90s, and I'm holding this going, this is a book I can actually show my father and say, this is art, this is comics.
Yeah.
I know it's a comic book, but it's art, Dad, and I can prove it. But I never did because I was a wuss.
Fair enough.
It wasn't until basically Art Spiegelman's Mouse, when I was writing my senior thesis in college,
Mm-hmm.
that he was still considering comic books to be, jokes.
Kid stuff.
And I handed him a copy of Mouse and said, read this. I'm using this as a basis of my senior thesis. Just read it. And he read it, and he finally decided that comics can be
More than
that. Because I've been trying to explain it to him for years, and I just have the words. I didn't have the grown-up words to make it work.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then there's Batman Under the Red Hood.
I think I saw this, but I may have been drunk.
I have seen this one, and I enjoy it. It's got Bruce Greenwood, who played Captain Pike on the new Star Trek.
Right, and it has Jensen Ackles, who plays...
Pause for, fangirl screaming.
Jensen Ackles!
Alright, you can go on.
As the Red Hood.
Mhm.
Neil Patrick Harris is Nightwing.
And I enjoyed
John
Nightwing's
DiMaggio
cameo
did
here.
a really good job as the Joker.
Oh yeah, he killed as a Joker.
Though I've never
Both
really
literally and figuratively.
I've never quite bought how the Red Hood came back, or Robin came back, Jason Todd.
Yeah.
That it was Superboy punching reality.
Okay, in this one, it's different.
Oh, it is?
Yes. It is, Ra's al Ghul bringing him back as a favor to Batman because, well, as kind of a, here, this is a good thing I did.
Yeah, good point.
But it's misguided. I mean, that's so much better.
Okay. We're going to skip a couple of these because I haven't seen them.
Yeah, Apocalypse, All-Star Superman, Emerald Knights. I did see Batman Year One, though.
Batman Year One was actually pretty good. Now, the original is one of my favorite Batman comic books of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Frank Miller before he went fucking insane. And drawn by the amazing David Mazzucchello.
Now,
Cello? I
hey,
can't
Frank.
pronounce his last name. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can figure this name out. David Mazzucchelli.
Mazzucchelli, yeah.
David
Mazzucchelli.
Yeah, he did that, and he's also did Daredevil Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
But it basically tells the story of how Batman became Batman.
Yep.
And it also sets up James Gordon being a legitimate badass.
Who is voiced here by Bryan Cranston, who many people know as Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston would make a really fucking good James Gordon in a movie.
Please? Can he just be the
just
James
thinking
Gordon
that
for
going,
these new
holy
movies
shit,
here?
That would work. That would work really well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. No, but Batman Year One, basically he comes up against the first battles he has against the Gotham PD and also against the Gotham underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Jeff Bennett, the amazing and legendary Jeff Bennett as Alfred Pennyworth.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League Doom.
I have not seen this one.
I
Oh,
did.
wait, no, I did. I did. I watched
Now
this
this
one
was
day
really
while I
good
was
because it had Kevin Conroy as Batman,
Mm-hmm.
Tim Daly as Superman.
Yep.
Basically, the idea is that all the supervillains trade off against their traditional superheroes
Mm-hmm.
and start beating the hell out of each other.
And there's a part at the very beginning where Vandal Savage basically... Oh, no, wait, that's another thing. Sorry.
Okay. But Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan / Green Lantern. Amazing.
Oh, of course. And this is the reason why I still want Nathan Fillion, Captain Tight Pants himself, to be
play
Hal Jordan.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Please, Zack Snyder, please.
But basically, the idea is the Justice League Doom is that someone cracks the Justice League computers
Mm-hmm.
and finds Batman's contingency plans for taking down every one of the members of Justice League.
Yes.
Yes, Batman actually has contingency plans to fight everybody.
Everyone. Yeah.
and they're very pissed off about this. But he makes no apologies for it.
Mhm.
He understands that sometimes it needs to be done.
Yes.
So, and then there's Superman versus the Elite, which, oh my god, I loved so much. Sorry. Read the original comic, amazing.
Mhm.
One of the few times I've actually liked anything by Joe Kelly. He's a comic book writer.
Mhm.
It's based on what's called "What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way."
Right.
It was a comic, basically Superman versus a group that was not called the Elite, which was not afraid to kill people. And Superman, first off, thought they were kind of cool, and then when they were actually, straight up murdering bad guys,
Yeah. That's
Told
when you
them-
have to.
told them no, that's wrong.
Mhm.
And they said he was outdated. It's very similar to the Kingdom Come things we were talking about last week.
Yes.
That he's very outdated. He doesn't understand that you have to kill the bad guys, and so Superman basically faces them on the moon
Mhm.
and whoops their ass.
Nice.
And the animation is great. The voice work is good. George Newbern played Superman again, even though Tim Daly is well known for that part. He also George Newbern played him during the
Justice League years. Yeah.
right? And a guy named Robin Atkin Downs,
Mhm.
who has done a lot of voice roles. Played the main character, played the bad guy, Manchester Black.
Mhm.
And basically, Superman uses powers to fuck with these guys. Super speed and, hypervision and such.
Mhm.
And it was great. It was really great. And I cannot give enough kudos to this film. Because I'm not a Superman fanboy.
No, I've yet to meet anybody who truly is.
I know a couple, believe me.
Fair enough.
Actually, what's his name? Oh, shit. My brain is blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
He's the current writer of the Dick Tracy comic
Oh.
strip.
I
Hold on.
couldn't tell you.
To the internets.
Yes.
Shit, it just ran past my brain. Shit. Mike Curtis.
Ah.
We'll have to see if we can get him on the side of nachos at some point.
That,
But no, Mike Curtis is a huge Superman nut. And I've met him numerous times, he and his wife, Carol.
Cool.
They used to be very active in the furry fandom, which unfortunately I used to be involved in too. We should do an episode on furry fandom someday, because just got to get that off my chest.
You might even have to do that as a sidebar, just on one of those weeks that I'm not here for it. Because I have literally nothing to bring to the conversation.
Okay. But no, Mike Curtis is a huge Superman fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman is he's the big blue boy scout.
Oh, absolutely.
He's something different.
Mm-hmm.
Go all the way back to the Max Fleischer cartoons. We can go to the radio show where he fought the KKK, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
After
That's
that
Superman.
is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, parts 1 and 2.
Which I have unfortunately not had a chance to watch yet.
These are awesome.
Really?
I am not joking around with this. These are awesome. They are.
Peter Weller as the Batman. That's a really good cut. Let's see. Peter Weller as the Batman. I don't recognize the rest of the voices here.
Yeah, that's fine though. The thing about these is that these are the reason why I have complete faith in the production team for The Killing Joke.
Really?
Yes, because this one does everything, page for page, panel for panel, from The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller.
Wow. I remember when I had The Dark Knight
Mhm.
Returns first time. Okay, let me set the scene.
Okay, go for it.
Late 80s.
Okay, I'm playing my Duran Duran in my head.
Okay. Me on a bus. Surrounded by my entire marching band.
You were in marching band?
Yeah, I was the percussion section.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Huh.
I played the bass drum for like 4 years because I could never commit myself to actually, practice.
I had no idea.
And we drove 1988, I want to say. Yeah, we'll go with 88. No, yeah, it was 88, 89. Okay. Over the Christmas holiday,
Mm-hmm.
my Bowling Green High School drove down to Disney World and Tampa
Mm-hmm.
to do the Disney Magic Music Days and the Tampa Hall of Fame Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But before I left, my parents went to Young's Newsstand, which was the local place to buy comics at the time, and bought me a copy of Dark Knight Returns.
Really?
And I read the entire thing on the way down, and then shared it around everyone that was there. And I was not a popular child back then, believe me. I was a nerd.
I bet this changed that. At least for a little while.
But it raised me a little, but everyone seemed to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing trip. I had a great time. I stayed with a couple of I stayed in a hotel room with a bunch of the percussion guys.
Now, this is the other thing. Well, when I read the comic book itself,
Mm-hmm.
I actually said to several people, if all you know about Batman is coming from Christopher Nolan,
Mm-hmm.
read Dark Knight Returns or watch the movie.
Mm.
It's that kind of a story.
It is completely different. It's good. It's like I said. It's before Frank Miller lost his damn mind.
Yeah.
It is such a beautiful story.
And it's really Batman at his rawest.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah. Good stuff.
Fantastic stuff.
Then we have Superman Unbound, which I never saw.
Unfortunately, everything beyond this, I've never seen.
Flashpoint Paradox, I haven't seen, but, this is where we have, that thing I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
You remember how I said that, Batman's parents have come back in the past?
Ah.
Yeah. They came back where instead of, instead of Bruce Wayne having his parents shot,
Okay.
it's Thomas and Martha having Bruce shot.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, basically, Flash runs so fast that he breaks into another, universe where that
Mhm.
happens.
Huh.
And, basically, it's Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. And
Hmm.
Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
To revenge his son and to... I don't even know what to say at that moment.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, comics.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let's see what else we got here.
Let's see. Justice
Son of
League
Batman, I
War.
haven't seen that. I saw Gotham. I saw it on Arkham. I've downloaded.
Throne of Atlantis I saw was released. It's a thing. My mom watched, Batman vs. Robin. It's kind of okay. Although I did see the first 10 minutes
Okay.
with Weird Al Yankovic as the doll.
Dollmaker. So how was... I remember actually announcing that to you on the show. How was that?
Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
That good or that bad?
I can't listen to Weird Al Yankovic music anymore without thinking of that. Because it is so...
So...
traumatic.
So... Oh, that's not good.
It's not bad. In fact, it's very, very good. It's really disturbing.
Apparently, Weird Al Yankovic took his part very well, huh?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Alright, let's see. All right, we got a
And
couple uploaded.
Batman vs. Robin is based on the Court of Owls
Yep.
miniseries, which I read and I really enjoyed.
Okay, I'll check that out. Actually, I downloaded Alias earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The comic book series that Jessica Jones come from.
Mm-hmm.
So I can catch up before the TV series debuts on Netflix.
Mm.
So I'll read that and I'll give a report back on that.
Excellent.
All right, Gods and Monsters, haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
And upcoming projects, Batman Bad Blood, and obviously the Batman The Killing Joke, which
Hmm.
On July 27th, Collider reported that Hamill will voice the Joker in the film, and ComicBook.com spoke with Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman in the animated series, has stated he would reprise his voice role as Batman Bruce Wayne in a heartbeat.
Please.
I do not see any reason they would show that off.
I know, right?
And just a little, one quick aside.
Mm-hmm.
DC Showcase.
Yes.
Series of short films focusing on DC characters who normally have been unable to have a feature upon themselves. Really kind of cool stuff.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the Jonah Hex one.
I love the Jonah Hex one, was starring Thomas Jane,
Mm-hmm.
who is just an amazing actor and should be more awesome than he is. He's sort of like Nathan Fillion. He should just be
He should
bursting
be
out there.
every
being
role,
like,
but is not.
yeah, exactly. And DC the Spectre, starring Gary Cole as the lead, as the Jim Corrigan.
Cool.
Set in the 70s.
Nice.
70s high school, 70s Hollywood.
Nice.
Really cool shit.
And I saw the Catwoman one.
Catwoman one, and what was it? Neil McDonough as the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Did a really good job with Malcolm McDowell as the Merlin. It was a short 15-minute shot, beautifully animated, fantastic animated. One of the most amazing duels you've ever seen in an airport involving arrows. Then there was the Eliza Dushku as Catwoman in.
I thought that one was okay, but it felt too much.
It pandered a lot.
It pandered really badly. It felt too much like Frank Miller after losing his mind.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a draw.
So I think we have reached the point of the end of this episode.
Yep, and really all I can say is...
Do we have a Thou Shalt Not this evening?
Well, I guess the only one that I can really think of is Thou Shalt Not do this one as this storyline as a animated movie, but I don't feel like it.
Nah, I don't feel like it either.
Alright. Well, from all of us here at Radioactive Walrus Entertainment, somewhere in Michigan and Dan's house.
And where Daniel is no longer wearing pants.
Haha, good.
No
Show
pants.
those video games, man. This has been Late Night Taco Delivery.
You may now place your order.
Late Night Taco Delivery is performed by Daniel Gill and Jonathan Knoll, and was created by Daniel Gill. New Bizarre opening by Jonathan Knoll. If you have questions, comments, or a suggestion for a future show, drop us a line on Twitter at Radio Walrus Pod. Like Radioactive Walrus Entertainment on our Facebook, or subscribe to our official YouTube channel, Radioactive Walrus. That's Radioactive with a capital R, Walrus with a capital W, and no spaces. Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. You may now place your orders. This has been a production of Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
John, what do chickens say?